Spay boundary. On the up. It's not the first time Shea Hope has played on the up. In the previous over against Tuskin, on the up to a sixth over long on, this occasion through Cow Point. Certainly a player who's in superb form from the one-day internationals, continuing his good form, batting at number 3.
Nicely cut away, but only a single. Yes, you mentioned he has bowled the most dot deliveries in T20 internationals. 1,151 for Mustafizur Rahman. Second best is Tim Saudi with 1,138. Shakib Al Hasan already there. Also there, Rashid Khan from Afghanistan, Adil Rashid. So the 3 spinners with most dots in the top 5. Good ball on the stumps, hardly giving any room.
As states, as we spoke about the stock delivery of Mustafiz, brings out his the best delivery, the slow delivery, which doesn't have any pace for the batters to work with. Though sometimes the batters know what's coming, but it's so difficult to pick it up early. In 2025, the most the slow ball's been bowled, by no surprises. Mustafiz, with the amount of cricket he has played right throughout the year.
And especially when you see a pitch which is good for batting, then the skill, the mindset from the seamers, especially the seamers, come into play. When do they find and try to bowl a slower delivery? And he's been right up there, Mustafizur Rahman, to make sure that you really don't want to see the batters getting settled down. You see some really good-looking strokes, which already both the batters have played, but he's not shying away to bowl the slower delivery to just keep the batter in some sort of a doubt. Again, and it produces a dot to finish the over. After 5 overs, West Indies 38 for 1.
Came quickly to Tuscan Ahmed, but then Athenaeus and Hope building things. 38 for 1 with 1 more over to go in the power play. To bowl the last over of the power play, this is the first time we're going to see the introduction of spin by Liton Dash. Some tactical changes so far, some have worked. Some hit aerial over Rishad's head, and will go all the way for a Nexus Bay boundary as I welcome Samuel Badri.
Hello Shamanoy, hello everyone. A little bit risky this particular over to bowl Nasum, particularly with Alec Athenaeus, who's now well set on strike. The final over of the power play, generally a high scoring one. So it'll be interesting to see how this over goes. First one dispatched for 4.
Oh, from the outside part of the bat, but will fall safe. Batters will come back for the second.
A high percentage of his runs so far, Alec Athenaeus, have come from boundaries, 4 4s and a 6. This is Nasum's career. He was quite frugal in game 1, opened the bowling then. Now he's introduced in the 6th over of the innings. And just expect Alec Athenaeus, as we've seen from the first 2 deliveries, to look to go after him in a significant way in this one. Yeah, good length, looking for 2. He wants to strike, can't get it. And Bangladesh have generally been good in this phase of the innings. Coming into this series, they were the most economical team in the power play. The way that they've utilized their bowlers, the types of deliveries that they've bowled. We saw the graphic with Mustafizur, the number of dot deliveries and the skill generally of the Bangladesh bowling group has been phenomenal. Can they finish off this one strongly?
Yeah, cricket delivery yet again. You know, for the left-handed Athenaeus, the two fielders guarding the boundary were deep mid-wicket and deep square leg. It's different for the right-handed though. For the right-handed Shea Hope, he's got a long off and a deep square leg. Pitching it up. That's nicely played. Pierce the cap. Will get 4. It's a Nexus Bay boundary by Hope.
Yeah, just the class of Shea Hope. He continues to exhibit tremendous skill. This one, just outside off stop, a smidgen of room, but he's able to give himself that room leg side, contort his body and find the gap. Perfection. And perplexion on the other side.
Turning out to be an expensive over. Picked up the run rate in this over, West Indies. Will be happy to retain the stride with that single. Shea Hope, 12 runs of the last over of the power play. 50s come up on the board for West Indies. It's 50 for 1. Yeah, they've recovered the damage, losing the wicket early on, and then 49 the partnership as it stands as of now in quick time. It's going to be spin operating from both ends. Morshid Ali Khan Shumon signaling the completion of the power play. It's 50 for 1. It's much better than what they accumulated in the first T20I. Saif Hassan not bowl in the first T20I, introduced quickly here. The 7th over coming around the wicket. Holds flat.
Yeah, usually Rishad Hussain is the one who's introduced post the power play, but because the left-handed Alec Athenaeus is there, they've gone for the right unorthodox. Clayton Das, have a look at him here. Yeah, just losing his footing. Eyes on the ball though. In for tonight, Jackie Ali had a wonderful series against the West Indies, in the West Indies at the back end of 2024. Partnership again good from these two, 50 of just 28 deliveries.
We remember our fellow commentators mentioning and you pointing out, Samuel Badri, that there were 13 dots bowled when we were in the 3rd or the 4th over. But ever since that, they've only given away 4 dots more. So it's 17 dots. They've really picked it up, picked their deliveries wisely, and played to their strength. Athenaeus and Hope. Twisting again round the wicket. Ariel catches the call, will fall short of Tawhid Ridoy. Ball's following him all around.
Yeah, he's been in the thick of things. A catch and a few misfields and opportunity as well. The wrong damn action, just look at that from Saif. Doesn't connect it well, perhaps to his benefit, Shea Hope. Not too often in this match, and indeed the series hasn't he timed it all that well. Different approach now, through and around the wicket.
No need to take a risk. He's taken the challenge, Alec Athenaeus, when Nasim Ahmed came in to bowl. Mentioned earlier, mid-on and mid-off, within the power play, were inside the circle. They were asking him to play straight. He took the bait. That's the 17 dots we're talking about. Only, I'd say. They paced themselves nicely again. Now happy to give the strike back to Hope. Third and fine leg inside the circle with ball in front of the umpire.
Yeah, quite unusual, that approach from Saif. He's actually, in that last delivery, through and over. That's not something you see too often. He's a right-hand orthodox. For the left-hander, this is more orthodox, through and round. You don't see this as often nowadays than previously. Yeah, finds the gap wonderfully to end the over. A good bit of placement and timing from Alec Athanaze. 9 runs from that over, 59 for 1.
Yeah, the last 5 of the skyscrapers amounting to 8 runs and above shows the acceleration. They've picked up the tempo. It's going to be Nasum again from the Nexus Bay end. It was a fine shot. Well hit. That's that's good piece of fielding from Tanzit Tamim. Sure that they'll have a look upstairs, but it was a very good effort.
Yeah, good cricket all round. The shot from Shea Hope again on the upper, not a bad delivery from Nasum, but he's so classy. And then in the deep, just look at this effort. I wonder if it's legitimate. Very good up until that point. Exceptional work. The ball just ricocheting off his left boot though. So we might need a closer inspection there. All clear. Well done. Well done, Tamim.
James Pement, the fielding coach, will be happy with those efforts. So far, the questions asked tactically by Bangladesh. Quick single. These two batters in Hope and Athanaze have answered with flying colours.
Yeah, good communication, good response. That's what you need as a batting pair, that trust. Yeah, wonderful batting again from the West Indian captain. He's known now for his prowess in one-day international and the way he's transformed his T20 game. For 5,000 T20 career runs for him now. A class apart. And the way he constructs his innings, something that all young players can learn from, gives himself time, plays classical cricket in strokes. And the contemporary batters, Shamanoy, they look at strike rate and they look at 6s and 4s. It's not the modus operandi of Shea Hope. He goes about his business a lot differently from the others. Plays percentage shots, classical shots, finds the gaps, times the ball, and when he's looking for 6s, he usually goes straight down the ground, no matter the length. Just another example of his high class and skill. Plays the ball late and uses the pace of the bowler.
He's sticking to the basics and playing according to the merit of the ball. This time, outside the off, had time, keeping slightly low, but he plays it late. He waits for it, then carves it away between those fielders.
Even when the deliveries are short of a good length, he still looks to flat bat it for 6. Straight back over the bowler's head. When other batters generally look at the mid-wicket region, 68 for 1.
5 bowlers used by Leighton Dash, except for Rishad Hussain, I think is going to be introduced now. Taskin with the wicket. Tanzim was unlucky. 2 catches being spilled off his bowling. It's going to be Rishad from the Rocket End, who's bowled brilliantly, particularly in the ODI series. 62 wickets, best of 3 for 18. Bangladesh need him to be at his best today. Giving him a slip cotton early on is Leighton Dash.
Yeah, just a 1 over for Saif, so perhaps Leighton was trying to get rid of an over to make things slightly easier at the back end. A period where they suffered immensely. 51 in the last 3 overs in game 1.
Oh, wings deployed. It is a 6 from Hope, lands in the stands. It's a rocket 6.
Remarkable, really remarkable from the West Indian captain. First delivery, full and slightly wide. And just look at that. Sails for 6, 101 meters. Sensational shade.
Clean hit. Seen him cut the ball in the previous over. Now, when it's in his arc, in his slot too full, makes the length up so quickly, doesn't he?
In the ODI series, we mentioned his record against this opposition, which was phenomenal in T20 internationals. He averages over 50 as well against Bangladesh. Just a small sample size, the 4 matches, a strike rate of a touch under 200. So he really loves this opposition. He loves batting in these conditions as well. And just carrying on from game 1.
He pulled the length back, Rishad. Still has the heart to pitch it up, but much better lengthwise.
And what he does well, Shay, that so many other batters can learn from is when that he's not getting boundaries, he's not getting 4s or 6s, he rotates the strike quite well. So generally, he has a low dot ball percentage. Yeah, best of an unbeaten 102 against Australia recently. And so his career has really been tremendous in the recent past. One of my all-time favorite batters from the West Indies, Shea Hope.
Leighton Dash just letting Rishad know that dot balls are important. Precious dot ball. In the slot again. That's a biggie. This time from Athanaze into the crowd. Second rocket 6 of this over.
Yeah, they're happy. They're ecstatic to get the ball in their direction. But Rishad Hussain will be disappointed. Misses his length again. Too full to Alec Athanaze. 92 meters. 13 from the first to 4. Yeah, that was the difference in the last game. The number of boundaries hit, the 6s in particular.
Also goes on to tell us that this is a far better surface where the bounce is trustworthy.
Yeah, Shea Hope has faced 23 deliveries. Yeah, just the 5 dot balls. He's already raced to 38, 3 4s and a couple of 6s, but it's his dot ball percentage which continues to be impressive. There again, can't get a boundary. What does he do? He gets a single, retains the strike. 15 from his first, 83 for 1.
Well, he certainly likes playing against Bangladesh. The West Indian captain averages 66. Bangladesh, Nasum bowling from the nexus pay end. Now later on, somewhat forced to spread his field. The kind of mood both Hope and Athanaze are in. But as you were saying, Badri, reducing the dot ball percentage, referring to Hope, how good is he? Hitting a 6 and then taking a single. Bangladesh batters can take a note of that.
Yeah, they'll certainly need to, but currently what they need to do desperately is to get a Athanaze will be taking on the left-hand orthodox bowler, and he's done so with a rocket 6 to great effect.
With Nasum, the left-arm spinner, coming in, bowling to the left-handed Athanaze. The ball coming in his arc. To his strength, he plays. Doesn't matter if the fielder was placed at deep square leg. He has the confidence to put it away, up and away. It sails over that fielder for a rocket 6. Next delivery, plays it with soft hands, runs the first one hard. They're coming back for the second throw at the keeper's end. No ball again. Direct hit. I think that's a corner. 2 fingers have gone up, not the umpire's one. Umpire Sharafudullah Ibn Shoaib Shoykot going upstairs to Masadur Rahman Mukul. Does Bangla decision pending?
TV umpire to director. We have a umpire's review for run out at bowling stand. Show me your side on angle, please. Keep rolling. Can one frame back, please? One frame back. Move forward, move forward. Frame by frame. One frame back. Can I have opposite angle, please?
I'll come back through the yellow roll. I'm just going to get to the other side, won't be long.
Just one from back.
Here comes the other side. Through the home two. Through the home two, yeah.
Batter oil inside when bells off. I am ready to make my decision for big screen.
It is a nexus pay, not out. It was a close call nonetheless. Throw in from Tanzir Hassan Tamim, who's fielding brilliantly on the field.
He wanted to, he wants to strike Alec Athanaze. Shehop was maybe a little bit surprised that the throw came to his end, a direct hit. Yeah, they were confident that it was out. Look at Jakar Ali. It was very, very tight. Alec Athanaze has moved on rapidly to 49 from 29 deliveries.
Batting at a strike rate of 169. He's taken 29 deliveries for his 49. Giving West Indies the start they were looking for now. Their deep point. Lifted much finer. Deep backward point. And there he gets to it. 50 for Alec Athanaze. Very well played knock, as Darren Sammy and the full dugout clap and appreciate the innings.
Yeah, only his second T20 international half century. And they've been searching for a suitable opening batter, and someone reliable, someone who can forge a strong partnership. The man from Dominica played in that 2018 on the 19 World Cup. All format player now.
It's a very good over from the West Indies point of view. 11 runs of the 10th. It's 94 for 1 West Indies, as a time that calls for drinks.
উপস্থিত সবার মনোযোগ আকর্ষণ করছি আইসিসির বৈষম্য বিরোধী নীতি অনুপযুক্ত আচরণ সম্পর্কিত নীতি বিবৃতি আইনি ধারা ও প্রয়োগ আইসিসির বৈষম্য বিরোধী নীতি মোতাবেক টিকিটধারী কোনো দর্শকের কোনো আচরণ ভাষা তথা কথাবার্তা মন্তব্য অঙ্গভঙ্গি বা অন্য কিছু খেলা চলাকালীন স্টেডিয়ামে অবস্থানরত কোনো ব্যক্তিকে যথা খেলোয়াড় ম্যাচ
The West Indies dominating here in the second T20 international. Lost King early, but after that, wonderful partnership of 93 between Ali Athanase, who's got 50, and Shea Hope doing wonderfully well and setting the platform. Well, a few hundred miles, well, a few hundred kilometers from here, due south, if you travel, you come to the only coral island of Bangladesh, St. Martin's.
Here, nature teaches us to care, to protect what gives us life. In this place, you find yourself, one with the earth, the water, and the wind. Here, nature reveals itself.
Well, serenity at St. Martin's, but nothing serene for the bowlers here. Only Taskin Ahmed getting the wicket of Brandon King. The others really struggling, and they've been taken to the cleaners by some belligerent batting by the West Indians. 93 runs unbroken between the skipper and Ali Athanase, really threatening to take the bowling apart. A little push away, and that's what they've done well. Interspersed the singles along with the big shots. Good evening, Parvez Maroof.
Evening, Shamim. Seventh bowler used by Bangladesh. Forced to, I should say, with the attacking powers of the two batters, Hope and Athanase. Partnership of 94 of 52. Saif Hassan, the part-timer, bowled 1 over, went for 9 runs. And Shamim, it's going to be interesting to see how the two batters will line the part-timer. Will the left-hander will go after him or the right-hander?
Well, he's going for the charge. One thing that the batters have to be careful about, sometimes you see a part-timer coming on and you feel a little overconfident, you want to take him on, and in the process maybe play a few rash shots. They just do not want to throw away their wickets. And Liton Kumar Dash, standing behind, would exactly like to have that, because he'd be happy if the part-time bowler can get a wicket.
Concerned faces everywhere, Shamim. 96 for 1 in 10.2. Bangladesh need a wicket somehow.
I hope will be aware of the little variations that Shamim Hussain, despite the fact that he's a part-timer, he does have that ability to have the variations in his bowling.
Shea Hope at the toss with Tatar. You did mention they would like to have 20 more runs from the first game. That's 185. And the rate that the West Indies are carrying on with the firepower yet to come, I think even 200 is threatening.
Yeah, it's definitely on the card. Once again, just trying to walk down and meet the ball. Hasn't really succeeded. 4 singles so far in this over, and if he can continue doing that and ensure there isn't a boundary, that will be a good over for Bangladesh.
Right, something's going to happen in the next 2 deliveries, that's for sure. 4 singles with a part-timer. That's not on as far as Hope is concerned.
There he goes, latched onto that one, and that's going the full distance. Maybe not timing it 100%. Despite that, that flourish of the bat took it for a rocket 6.
Batsman's instincts, Shamim. What a hit, right in the hitting arc. A flat hit brings up the 100 and a rocket 6 in this innings. Poor delivery, got to be said. Trying to bowl 4, missing the length, and that was an excellent hit. Down the ground on 49, Shea.
And he gets the single that takes him to his 50. This is his 8th T20 international 50, appreciated by the dugout there, and it's been a lovely innings of 30 balls. And that is the completion of the 11th over. It's 105 for 1. He continues to enjoy himself. Leading from the front, once again trying to hoik it away with that attempted slog sweep. Gets a single nevertheless.
Yeah, the platform is set beautifully for the West Indians. A lot of firepower to come. Both these batters are in, both fresh from scoring their half centuries, and they will certainly attack. And this man on screen, what a player. From the one-dayers, leading from the front. Even today, a must-win game to win the series. Certainly is not disappointed, the crowd.
And he's joined by Athanaze now. He might be in a spot of bother here. And it's been taken. At last, some relief. Nasum Ahmed enticing Athanaze to go big. He does not really get a hold of it and holds out in the deep. Some relief for Bangladesh with that wicket.
By slowing it down, Nasum, the first delivery was at 90.3 and this one 85.3, back of the length. Ali Athanaze, the length was there to pit away. Probably the length slightly on the shorter side. Right intention, but the execution was poor. Nevertheless, a young man has played a very good knock of 52 of 33 deliveries. And West Indies are 106 for 2.